May as well just be running this. It's actually really good. Holy. This guy does not notice me. Okay. Why is this good? I'm actually going off. Oh, excuse me? This is actually so broken. This is so good. Alright, so hello gamers and welcome to part 2 of my ranking video of the new test place update. If you didn't watch part 1, I recommend you go check that out. But yeah, this test place update is absolutely massive. And the first part took me 40 minutes to record, so I was like, I'll just split it up into 2 parts. So let's go for 1,000 likes and subscribe if you're new, because I'll be making a lot of videos on the new update. But yeah, let's get into it. So the first thing is the burst trigger grouping on all of the MP5 variants. This will give you better damage and a torso multiplier on some of your guns. However, it will lock them in burst, but it'll also give them lower recoil. They have a burst delay, which is kind of annoying, but like some of them are really good. For example, 10mm and the burst trigger grouping has a 2-shot headshot again, pretty good min damage, and actually has a torso multi, so it can 5-shot all ranges, which is really good. And you also get lower recoil, which is really nice. I don't really like burst too much, so I might not be using this, but it's really not too bad either. On the MP5, you get 35 damage and a better max damage range, so better 3-hit kill range. On the MP5 SD, not only do you get better ranges, you also get better minimum damage, which is really cool. And on the MP5/10, you get crazy close range damage. You get 38, but your ranges are worse and your min damage is worse, so this is kind of a little bit more of a downside one. But the recoil is actually really good compared to default. The Saiga Conversions have been changed and tweaked a little bit. I'm gonna be real, they're not really that great. I'll go over them pretty quickly. 223 now does, I guess, better damage. 762 actually got worse damage, but maybe better recoil? No, I think it's just worse. I don't know. If you guys want me to make a new video on ranking every Saiga Conversion, maybe I will, but I'm gonna be real, these are like not that great. But then we have the AK-105, which got some pretty nice changes. First off, by default, it now has a torso multiplier and a 1.6 headshot multi, which allows it to do better damage overall to the body and to the head. It's still not going to be great because it still has only 600 RPM, but the new sound effect is kind of cool. I kind of like that sound effect. It makes it seem like it's firing faster than it really is. The AK-105 is going to be somewhat of a nicer gun. It's going to have better 3-hit kill range, do really great damage to the head, and it'll be pretty good. 5.56 not only gives you a 35-round magazine, it'll give you a torso multi, which is not going to be that great in terms of damage, but it still has that 1.6 headshot multiplier, which means 2-shot kill head and really good recoil. 5.56 is now going to be a more accuracy headshot based conversion, which will make it a little bit more unique. Before it was just kind of meh, I'm not gonna lie, it was never really that great. Basically just worse damage overall. Now it's gonna be worse body damage, but still kind of similar headshot damage, which will make it kind of a nice headshot conversion. I really like it. And I'm hitting all my headshots, geez. And you get that 35-round mag and really low recoil. I really like this change to the gun overall. Maybe I'll use it more, but probably not. Now, the bars barrel is pretty different now. You get a 1.5 headshot multi now with 33 damage from the default AK-105, which means that this gun can 2-shot headshot. Still going to be pretty much overall the same gun, but now there's going to be more reason to be running the default ammo versus 5.56 if you're using bars barrel, which is really nice. 5.56 will still have the headshot multi and a really good min range and 35 rounds and lower recoil, so overall it's probably going to be better, but it won't be a complete direct upgrade. Now the change you've all been waiting for, which is the changes to the Scar Hammer. If you guys didn't know, the Scar Hammer in real life has a ramp up, which basically means it starts firing really slow and then it speeds up. So in this game, if you can't tell, it's actually speeding up as it fires. Not by a ton. Honestly, this is not enough ramp up in my opinion. I think it should start slower. It should start by firing pretty slow and then speed up a little bit more. But yeah, you can definitely tell it is. And the big downside here is that the gun can no longer 3-hit kill torso, which is kind of inconvenient. It's going to be a 4-shot kill now, but I think this should make the gun more unique and not just straight up broken. I guess for, firing pretty slow at the beginning, it's going to be annoying, but for longer sprays, it's going to be kind of broken. I'm not going to lie. Then we have 9mm, which still has 100 bullets, and yeah, this one ramps up a ton. It fires really fast if you ramp it up. The fact that now both the default hammer and 9mm are going to be a 4-shot kill means you kind of may as well use 9mm. 9mm has become extremely powerful. It was powerful before, but like now it's insane. RPM before the ramp up is much better as well, which means you can run it without really ramping it up and makes it great for close range. But if you're going longer ranges or you have sustained fire, you're gonna have some pretty crazy automatic fire rate. It's going to be 650 up to 825. That's pretty crazy. That is more than the M16A3 in terms of RPM once this ramps up, which is like 75 more than it was by default with 9mm, which is really, really good. I'm a big fan of the ramp up. I really like it. It would be cool if there's some way to like disable it, but make the RPM like more balanced and like not have any kind of variation to it. And it also has a 30-round magazine, which will basically make the gun a little bit more like an assault rifle, which is really cool because yeah, it has the Scar H reload. And if you want basically like a Scar L with worse damage, but it has a ramp up, I'm gonna be real, it's a pretty cool attachment because yes, it doesn't affect your damage, but your handling is much better. The Walk 2K has gotten some pretty big changes, which is first off, I don't know why, but 300 Win Mag is awful. It can't one-shot headshot at long range. It can't one-shot torso, even in close range, and it only has 180 RPM, which is the default RPM. So I don't know why you would use this. It's awful. But the two conversions this gun has is basically a more powerful, slow version of the gun, which is more similar to the original, which has 100 RPM and one-shot headshot and can torso kill and does pretty good damage to the body at longer ranges, being able to two-shot limb at any range. So this is going to be more of your run-of-the-mill older version of the Walk 2K. I don't think it's going to be as great as the default gun. I'm not going to lie, because the default gun, I'll just show you in a second how powerful it is now. It's kind of crazy. So yeah, for some reason, the Walk 2K can now do this. Why? I don't know. And also, that reload. The AG3 got worse damage at range for some reason, but better ranges. It's really not that big of a deal. The C8A2 got some recoil changes, which makes the recoil like almost worse. I think they were gunning for it to be better, but it almost feels worse. I don't know what they did to it. I don't think the recoil was the problem. The recoil wasn't great, but I don't think the recoil was supposed to be great ever. I think that they should have changed the damage or ranges with the damage instead of trying to change the recoil. It's still not a trash gun, just not a great gun, and the recoil is super weird. The M4 and the M16A4 got kind of reduced recoil and better bursting range. Also, they got a new sight mount, which is this one. I really like this sight mount, I'm not gonna lie. It's extremely low on the gun, and it feels great. I don't know. M4 and the M16A4 are now going to be better. We actually got a bit of a bump to the KSG-12. The KSG-12 now has even better spread. The spread on it was kind of iffy before, but now it is extremely good spread. Not a huge change to the spread, but I feel like this should make it even more of a good shotgun, which I feel like it was already a good shotgun, in my opinion. I know a lot of people don't really think it's that great, but in my opinion, I thought it was great. It should have a better one-shot kill range, and overall, I'm a fan of any kind of change that makes the KSG a little bit more used, because I feel like this gun is a little bit like... Okay, the DBV-12 actually got a nerf. It has less damage in close range now, and Flechette has gotten a massive nerf now because it does 24, which sucks. So now I guess take off Flechette. KS-23M actually got a buff. It has better minimum damage as well as reduced spread, which is kind of crazy considering it's the KS-23M. I don't think any kind of buff is going to be going over well with the community at all because it's already super powerful. This should make it better for range, but I feel like it was already pretty good for range anyway. Okay, the Spaz 12 basically got better damage, but not by a ton. And to make slugs basically the same, they have reduced the torso multiplier, which means that slugs are still really bad on the Spaz. Actually, maybe they can one-shot. Hold on, 90.75. 99.8. No, it can't one-shot. For some odd reason, they actually buffed the USAS. It does 20 damage now. I feel like the USAS was, you know, never really that great, but it didn't need a buff because it's the USAS. It's an auto shotgun. It's very easy to use. So now it's going to be like very, very annoying to fight. Also, the recoil got better. I don't feel like the recoil is really the problem on it. The only problem is that it's a freaking auto shotgun. It's weak, but it's still an auto shotgun. So overall, not a huge fan of this change, but we'll see how it goes, I guess. AK-103 got better ranges, but reduced damage, which is interesting. I guess that's to make it not a direct upgrade of the AKM. I didn't really see the AK-103 in game too much, but I guess they were like, just in case people find out that it's a pretty good gun. I got more kills on this AK than literally any other AK in the game, so I don't know, man. It's fine. It's an alright gun. It just does a little bit less damage. AKM and the AK-47 got reduced ranges, which is interesting. I don't feel like it was really necessary, but yeah, they still have the same damage. But these guns are getting nerf after nerf. I feel like they should have just like changed the remaining grip. R21 got increased recoil and reduced ranges. I guess that's to combat duplex being broken. The G36 actually got a nerf. Yes, another nerf. Basically, it got worse min damage by 1 and a worse min damage range. So even less 4-hit kill range. It went from infinite down to like, you know, 180, which was really good, but not infinite, and now it's down to like 155. I got a 100 kill game with this gun after the nerf, but most people just don't like it anymore. So the fact that they nerfed it again is pretty crazy. The L85 has the same damage. However, it got reduced ranges, which is, ugh, I can't believe it. But it's kind of crazy that they're nerfing these guns that people say suck. I don't think they suck. I think they're very good. So maybe they could use a nerf, but I don't know, man. The AUG 1 got better minimum damage, but reduced ranges, but it's still insane. That's actually really good. The AUG 1 is basically just like a better L85 now at this point, which is sad. The AUG 2 got a buff for some reason. Now it has 35 max damage, which is cool. It's not going to change the hits to kill, but it will give it a slightly better 3-hit kill range. And the AUG 3 got some pretty massive changes. Now it does 34. 300 Blackout is more of a long-range ammo type now and can 4-shot kill torso. The default ammo is a 3-shot kill now, but it doesn't 3-shot as far as the AUG 2. It feels basically just like an AUG 2 side grade now, instead of being like, I guess, an AUG 1 upgrade. I think it's an alright change to the gun. It'll be a 3-hit kill, which is cool, but I don't know, man. A nerf to the C7. It got worse ranges, which is nice. It's still going to be super broken, but yeah, it won't be quite as good. Now, the Type 20 doesn't get a 20-round mag from some of its ammo types, which is kind of weird, but now it has a better torso multiplier, which basically means better 3-hit kill range, more possibility for a 4-shot kill at long range, and the gun is going to be overall really just better. The Foul Pair Shorty got some really nice rebalances, where basically it kind of went back to its old version for the default gun, but 5.56 has gotten a nerf. So basically, 5.56 isn't super broken, and the default gun is pretty much as good as it was before. 5.56 won't be like the main sweat meta ammo type, and default ammo won't be quite as bad as it was. Although it was never bad, it just wasn't as great as it used to be. This guy's just shooting through a wall. MP Rex has a slower reload again and worse recoil. That's kind of sad. I don't want to stop using the Rex, but I might actually stop using it after this because, like, it's basically the old Rex. Yeah, it has better recoil than it did, but it has a super sluggish reload now. Not as sluggish as it was before, and the recoil is still better. It's still a better version than the original Rex, which was so trash. But I'm not a big fan of this. I really like the Rex. Please do not nerf it, man. The GB22 now reloads extremely fast, which will make the GB22 a little bit more bearable. So if you're a default GB22 user, yeah, it reloads really fast now, which is cool. The Desert Eagle L5 actually got some better recoil and a little bit better ranges. So basically, you're going to have a better L5 for your long-range engagements. And it has a faster model kick speed, which means you're going to recenter super fast. It would be cool if the L5 like did better damage, but still had recoil, because right now it just feels like a weird like recoilless version of the XIX, which is cool and all because it's still got the one-shot headshot. It's really good, but it doesn't feel like powerful recoil-wise like the XIX does. It fires a lot faster though. The Makarov got a slight buff to its ranges. Nobody cares because all we care about now is the suppressed Makarov, which now does 48 damage. That's right, it does 48. And not only does it do 48, it has a 1.4 torso multiplier and a 2.1 headshot multiplier. Now you got to keep in mind this gun falls off. It has 20 to 50 damage ranges, and yeah, it falls off super hard, down to a 6-hit kill in like 20 studs. However, you got to keep in mind it does a 2-shot kill and a 1-shot headshot in very close range, which is absolutely insane. You can also run an 80-round drum if you want to on it. I'm not a huge fan of the drum. I really like the fast reload of the default ammo. It also has a 12-round magazine, so lots of different ammo types for changing your magazine capacity. Really crazy close range damage. It's going to be able to 1-shot in close range, which is actually insane for the RPM, and 2-shot kill to the body, but it falls off extremely hard. Like, even at that range there where I'm fighting this guy, it's not going to be like even close to any damage. It did 22 at that range. Really cool changes. I might even run this pistol now. Not going to be a great overall pistol, but for very close range, it's going to be crazy. I'm not going to lie. The Glock 17 has a torso multiplier again, which is cool. The Glock 23 got reduced damage as well as reduced range, which basically makes the Glock 17 and the Glock 23 more balanced. The Glock 50 actually got extra damage, an extra torso multiplier, and a 2.2 headshot multi, but worse ranges. What this means is that the Glock 50 now has better chances of getting a 2-hit kill, as well as having a 1-shot headshot in close range. This makes it more or less a very good side grade to a little something called the GI M1, which in my opinion was better than this ever since it came out. However, they're going to be more balanced. You're going to have reasons to use one or the other. One of them can always 2-shot and does overall better damage, especially over range. One of them has better recoil. And also the GI M1 got a buff as well. It does 34 min, which means it can always 3-shot at any range. It can always 3-shot, which is really cool. 3 shots to the pinky toe, it's going to kill. Before, it couldn't do that, but it could still 3-shot basically any range with any combination of hits. You just had to hit a single torso shot, but now you can 3-shot with any combination, even 3 shots to the pinky toe, which is really cool. It also has the 1-shot headshot, as you can see. Yeah, really good gun. I feel like the GI-M1 is still more of my favorite over the Glock 50 because the recoil, yeah, it's worse, but it like makes the gun feel more powerful, and I really like it. It feels like an absolute powerhouse. The only newer pistol that I really enjoy. And now it's back to being very similar to the 1911 50 GI, and yeah, it's got the one shot. Thank you for allowing me to show you that. The Alien got a bit of a buff, faster reload time, nobody cares. The XIX got a nerf. It now does 33 at range, which means it's not going to be a 2-shot torso, and at longer range, it might even be a 4-hit kill, but it's probably not going to happen. It's going to be a 3-hit and rarely a 2-hit. The Police Barrel will once again remove your torso kill, but it will give you a 1-shot headshot at any range, which is extremely good, but, you know, it's got some big problems. The Grizzly got a nerf, it has worse pen, and it has a slower reload. And the M2011 pistol got a buff. It has more reserve, but nobody cares about that pistol usually. The Obraz actually got increased velocity, and the long barrel got a buff. It doesn't reduce your max damage range by as much, which is cool, and will give you even better velocity. And as you can see, it looks like a Mosin, which is really cool. I really like that. And the recoil should be better as well, which is really nice. But long barrel now does reduce your RPM. That gives you a reason to not use long barrel, but I do recommend long barrel overall. SAS 308 now has a 1.33 torso multi, which does allow it to 1-shot torso, but not very far. So if you wanted a better one, you could always opt for the other ammo type. I just got killed by the Farged. This guy's actually cheating because he got the Farged and it's broken. Best gun in the game. The Scorpion got some pretty weird changes. The rat shot conversion now is a lot better. It can actually 2-shot kill to the body, but the default ammo has better recoil, but worse range and worse damage. I'm not gonna lie, you almost may as well, if you're gonna be running the Scorpion, unless you just want to have 20 rounds and pretty low recoil, may as well just be running this. It's actually really good. Holy. This guy does not notice me. Okay. Why is this good? I'm actually going off. Oh, excuse me? This is actually so broken. This is so good. That's an intro clip right there. Like, that multi. It's like a 12 multi there. Holy. Entire enemy team. Okay, I'm on another multi. No. Use rat shot. It's actually so good now. Maybe it's not broken because it's a very close range gun. I got Farged again. Shout out to this guy for killing me with the Farged. Epic Gamer. They nerfed the Tech 9 again. Now it does like really bad damage. It does 21 to 16 instead of doing 24 to 17. Almost a 6-shot in close range down to a 7-shot in long range, which is really bad. It is still the Tech 9. And for what it does fire really quickly. But in my opinion, that's not worth it. But I feel like it does have its niche because it fires so fast. And you could still use it for that niche, but I'm not a huge fan of it, so yeah, Tech 9. Just use this. This is the primary Tech 9. Also, I guess I should mention they did change the Thompson model. It's not by a lot. As you can see, it looks pretty much the same. I think it's basically just like they made the Mosin model smaller. Not the Mosin, the Thompson. What am I saying, dude? Tech 9 nerf, though? I don't use it, dude. The 93R now has a better bursting speed, and honestly, this might make it pretty cracked. Yeah, you can fire pretty quickly. They nerfed the Scar SSR, basically. It doesn't do as good torso damage. Pretty sad, I'm not gonna lie. They increased the muzzle velocity on the SVU. However, they removed the long barrel, which is pretty sad. So basically, SVU isn't going to be able to 1-shot headshot as far as it could before because of the removal of the heavy barrel. But yeah, it's still gonna be great. It's just not gonna be as insane. NTW now has increased velocity, increased walk speed, and increased penetration, which is cool. I still absolutely hate it, but yeah, they also bumped the 20 by 110 to have 35 studs of 10. Oh my gosh. I got Farged again. This guy's insane. Intervention got another nerf. It actually fires extremely slow now. With the straight pull bolt, it's basically got the RPM of like the Hecate, which is just disgusting. The Intervention is objectively like the best sniper in the game, so I guess that makes sense. What the heck? What is that guy doing? The RPK-74 got an even bigger range nerf. It won't be able to 3-hit kill as far, and the Colt LMG is now completely worthless with the 223 Remington because it lost its torso multiplier. So do not use 223 on the Colt LMG anymore, at least in my opinion, because you can't get the 3-shot kill anymore, which is annoying. And also, it still has the... What? Look at this. Yeah. What? I know a lot of people were complaining about the front post, so we fixed it. Now it covers your entire screen. It's really nice. I really like this change. They did a bunch of nade changes. Nobody really cares. Basically just balancing. The PB grenade now explodes faster. RGD doesn't do as crazy in terms of killing radius. The Mark II shouldn't be able to kill as far, which is nice. I was using long barrel. Wait, it did 13 times 5? That's insane. That's such good damage. I got like a 12 multi with a freaking long barrel on this gun. 9x18 is pretty decent on the Scorpion. You get a 7-hit kill at range, which sucks, but you you do get a 30 round magazine, which is nice. But rubber bullets now gives you 35 damage to 10 damage. So if you want the old hits to kill that you could get in close range of the scorpion, then that's not too bad. Why did I get a nade kill there? However, this falls off so hard. It does 10 damage at range, which is not good. That guy forged me again. He's so AK-103, 5.6 got a nerf a little bit, but not by a ton. R21 duplex nerf. Collapsible stock now will make you walk faster, which is cool. So basically, if you don't care about a laser on your gun, you're using an M16, slap on that collapsible stock, and I don't think it changes recoil, but you get a little bit faster walk speed, which is pretty nice. I like that. The 357 Magnum conversion has reduced recoil, but I've never seen that in game. The Glock 50 has a pretty nice change though, where the G-switch should be a little bit more accurate, which is really... it's not that accurate still. For some reason, the tri-laser got a buff, even though it's really good right now. Green laser got a buff, and blue laser got a tiny buff, but not by a ton. And red laser has a buff as well. So basically, all the lasers are a tiny bit better. C7 45 ACP now falls off super hard at range, but can two-shot headshot in close range, which is cool. I probably won't be making an update video after making these two videos. This covers like everything in like two 20 to 30 long minute videos, which I haven't edited yet, so I don't know how long they're gonna be, but this took me forever to record. So please like the video because I would really appreciate it. And if you watched until the end, thank you so much. Okay, it's not as good as I thought it was. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.